Hello Tube Dwellers, welcome to the live stream from me and Samurai Quack, as always. Miss, is the tournament still going on? No, it was last weekend. Also, whatever happened to the RPG streams, I missed them. Yes, I'm going to be throwing up some votes next week? Next week, probably, on what people want to see, and the RPG streams are going to be one of them once again. Lee, hello. Swat here. Luke, hi. So we're starting today on the new EXT card art Chief Aran, because she is a fantastic card, and this is about as close as I'm ever going to come to owning her. Wah, wah, wah. So for those of you who don't know, there's the Chief Aran thing, 0.1% chance to pull from a bonus chance, which is allegedly 10%, but I think we all know that's a lie. 8, 9, 10 resources, which is a little bit costly, but 7, 9, and 12 attack value, which is phenomenal, and then 28, 32, and 36 effective HP, which is absolutely unbelievable, and a level 3 ability to die for. So, yeah, if you can get a hold of Chief Aran, highly advised to do so. She's an excellent light finisher, very, very powerful in her own right. She's vulnerable, of course, still to all the stuff that standard creature cards are vulnerable to, Aminter's Blue Spell Circle, etc., etc. She doesn't resist the things that counter literally every card in the game, but she's very good against a lot of other stuff. The only removal spell that can kill her, damage-based removal spell that can kill her, is Hero's Command. Even Command Hunting, Surprise Attack, Hunt, those won't kill her. So yeah, she's a nasty, nasty piece of work. Capture, of course, would be a nice counter. Betrayal into Ritual of Darkness would be nice, although almost nobody runs that as a main these days. So she does have her counters, but nevertheless, still a hell of a good card. Kengi, hi, how's it going? Howdy do. Also, in this slot of, you know, bonus blah-de-blah, you got Dark Betrayal, which is always nice to have. I remember back when you had to buy that for $50 US. That was a hell of a thing. Wolf King Liboro +1, which is still fine as an old sort of Field Flood gimmick. Light Undina Cora, special edition no less, which is obviously going to be a really nice light finisher as well. Detective Christie Gold +1, because the +1 Christies are always, were always good anyway. Slightly less good these days, but still not too terrible. And Angel Cassiel -1 would be better if he wasn't dark, but meh, still. If you're going to be running Cassiel, the -1 variant is definitely the better one to choose. The rest of them are not so great. You really don't want +1 Akoras. Those are pretty pointless. +1 Dragon's Guardians, not so great. So Nicholas is terrible. Making him dark makes him more terrible, because now he's even more vulnerable to Holy Missile. And the Lady Share Dark is fine, but you're really looking for +1s when you're going with Lady Shares. Right, Sampai, hello. Praveen, hi, how's it going? So we're aiming for Aran, Chief Aran, and failing that, a Dark Betrayal would be nice. I still don't have one of those. A Light Undine would also be very nice. So we have, I think, what, 11 chances based on the number of gems I have. Let's see if we get lucky, shall we? Purchase 10 of them. And yes, thank you, Tina. And now we play the waiting game. So, fingers crossed for an Undine. Failing that, actually Gold Piolet is currently in rotation as well. 0.11% chance to get that. So, yay. Alright, so we don't care about any of the actual cards. Those are all bleh. I have them all already. No bonus. Boom, 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 boom. No bonus. I'm just going to pull the expectant face at the end of every one. No bonus. What are we on? Is this 3 or 4? No bonus. Constant disappointment. Kira to Marksman, hello, welcome to the stream. Divine Beast to the right, yeah, okay. No bonus. No bonus. Are we going to get any bonuses? I'm going to stop pulling the face. Yes, thank you. I already have all these cards. It's not a good sign when you skip through all of the cards in a booster pack, because you know for a fact you're not going to want any of them. And nothing. So there we go. 10 booster packs pulled, not a single bonus. So the 10% pull chance is bullshit. I know that's not how percentages work, but nevertheless, let me have this. Luke, wait, there's a trick to know if there's a bonus? No, there isn't. No, it's just at the end of each booster pull, it might flash up bonus! And we didn't get it. Praveen, I got a Dark Betrayal for 300,000 like 2 months ago. Yeah, they gave people free Dark Betrayals 3 months ago, I think. I'm not sure entirely. And that really plummeted the price of Dark Betrayals. I still don't have one, but... MH, hello, hello. Let's see if we get a bonus off this one. And no. 11 booster pack pulls. We didn't get a single bonus card. Yay for Mabinogi Duel. I hate this game. Live stream is over. Yeah, I got some 5 gems rewards, so at least we can give those away for sub battles. That's something, I suppose. So much gold, except not really. Zentuto, hey there, told you I'm going to check this out. Welcome. Welcome, Zent. You're just in time to watch me, or have my spirit crushed by a complete lack of bonus cards. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, so we have 4 5-gem gifts to give away. That'll be given out to the first 4 people who sign up for these upcoming sub-battles. Look, I remember when Dark Betrayal ranged anywhere between 7 and 10 million. Yeah, I remember when Dark Betrayal went for... you couldn't buy it in the stores. You literally had to spend real money on it. Mist, Duel of Summoners greater than MD? Yes, in terms of everything except for player count, yeah. Agreed. Leech, oh god, what did you buy? What, are you talking about my complete lack of gold? I think I bought Magician Mastfield Mana and something else. I forget now. I don't know. Oh, okay, people are already signing in. Alright, so sub-battles. Praveen, Kirito, Kengi, SWAT. That's... Second. Okay, let me write that down. Who was that? Praveen, Kirito, Kengi, SWAT. Okay. So, Praveen, misspelled that horribly, never mind, I know what I mean, versus Kirito, Kengi, versus SWAT. Okay. Earl Grey, hello, welcome. Andrew Lim, been a while since you're in the live stream, welcome. Welcome. Everyone's turning up to watch me be absolutely crushed by RNG. Missed, I remember when Dark Betrayal went for $50 USD. Yep, I said that like 10 minutes ago, and yeah. Oh man, I remember those days. Some cards you could literally only get through real money trades because the cap on prices was so low. It's like 1 million was the highest cap, I think, on a 5-star card. But a lot of them had a cap at like 150,000. So we didn't even pull a 5-star card. Not that I need any 5-star cards, I have them all except for one of them. But yeah, we didn't 11 booster packs, we didn't pull a single 5-star. Oh, Mabinogi Duel. When, oh when will you pull your head out of your ass and start giving us drop chances like other card games give us? Leek, I have 2 extra Dark Magic Missiles at the moment. If anybody wants a Dark Magic Missile, hit Leek up. Then, hey, can you explain the utility card to me? I'm still new, don't judge me. I'm judging you silently. Samurai Quack is judging. We're all I don't know. Utility card. A utility card is a card which you don't use for its attack value, you use for its ability, basically. So Eagle, for example, is a utility card because it's a creature-based removal. You play it down, the Eagle kills a card, and I could even bump one of your cards out of the way of a blocker, that kind of thing. Good utility. Undine, Akora, is a good utility card. Very lousy attack value, but a really nice ability that can help to shut down the opponent's battlefield. So Undine is a utility card. It's that kind of thing. Trying to think of some others. There's a bunch of them, but yeah. And SWAT's trying to scam Leech. That's nice. Assuming things will ever evolve in the good way in MD. I know, but I mean, I was here when it was first released, and it was so good back then. Oh, it was so free-to-play friendly. And then, you know, I play Gwent and I play, Elder Scrolls Legends and so on and so forth. I play a lot of card games that are really, really free-to-play friendly, and then I come back to Mabinogi and I'm like, oh, yeah, you don't like your players. I forgot about that. That being said, Magic the Gathering Arena has recently kind of pulled itself down a more pay-to-win route, which isn't super fun, but hey, so it goes. All right, so anybody, so Leek's going to sell them for about 190,000 or 180,000. If you're interested in Dark Magic Missile, hit him up, 180, 190k. Okay, so sub-battles. Actually, no, team tournament talks. Praveen, they show 30% chance of pulling Dark Betrayal in current booster, but actually making full, because the chances are 0, infinity, 0.3%. Yeah, the thing is, the percentage chances are not actually... They are technically accurate, but not actually accurate, right? Because you can, as any mathematician will tell you, you can basically make numbers say whatever you want them to say. Like whenever somebody says to me, on average, I always go, oh, do you mean mean, median, or mode average? Because different kinds of average. So yeah, the percentages are like, you would think that you have a 10% chance to pull a bonus, and that bonus card has a 33% chance to be a Dark Betrayal. That's not actually true, because the way they've programmed it is that it actually runs down a bunch of things, and it'll sort of like go, oh, this one no, this one no, this one no, this one. So you've got chances of getting all the other ones first, because it'll tick those off first. If there were 100 cards, and this one had 30, and this one had 1, and this one had 1, and so on and so forth, that would make... or 0.5, that then the percentages would be accurate, but the percentages are not actually accurate. They're technically true, but not practically true. Put it that way. Lee, do you have a Dark Magic Missile? I can give discounts since I'm so poor. I appreciate Leak. I'm pretty sure I have one. I'm pretty sure I do. Okay, so yes, sub-battles. Anyway, sub-battles. Team tournaments, sub-battles, and deck reviews. So if anybody wants a deck reviewed by me and, everybody in chat, post the deck code in chat and we'll take a look at it. Before we jump into the sub-battles, we're going to do a quick conversation about the team tournament that may be coming up. So we just finished a tournament last weekend. Yep, last weekend. Which went very, very well. We got a new legend player, which is great. So the way the tournaments work is that they're basically for honor and glory. Whoever wins will be declared a legend. They'll be given a special tag on the Discord and so on and so forth. And at the end of the year, everybody who is a legend will be automatically entered into the invitational tournament, where you can actually win real money, anywhere between $50 to $100, depending on how much I can afford by the end of the year. So the next tournament that's coming up, we're thinking of making a team tournament. So that would be teams probably of 3, which compete against one another in order to see who can rise to the top. The teams can have up to 1 legend in them. You don't have to have a legend in your team, but you can if you want to. And we're still kind of discussing the intricacies of that, whether it's just going to be 3, or whether you have to have 3 and a certain number of substitutes, whether or not each team should have a coach, whether or not the players should pick each other for their teams, or whether I should assign them randomly. So if you have any thoughts about the team tournament, potential rule sets, and so on and so forth, chime in now during in the chat during this live stream, and we'll discuss them in real time. And then we'll go into more detail on all of that sort of thing in the Discord, which, for those of you who don't know, I will just quickly copy and invite in now. So the current thinking structure of the team tournament will be teams of 3. Probably we will have 6 teams, I think was the current idea. Players can choose what team they want to be in, so players will have to come together and form their own teams. Each team should have at least 1 substitute attached, and if a team wins, then everybody in that team will be declared a legend. So that's the current thinking. Okay, right, this is a conversation going on about the Dark Magic Missiles. So that's, at least change the system. So that's the current team tournament. If anybody has any thoughts, suggestions, queries, requests, etc., chime in during this stream and we'll discuss it in real time. But apart from that, let's move on then to the sub-battle. So first up we have Praveen versus Kirito Marksman. Second we have Kengi versus SWAT. If anybody else would like to get involved in the sub-battles, please put your in-game name in the chat box so that we can sign you up. So, Praveen and Kirito Marksman, if you guys are available and online and all the rest of it. So I see Kirito's online. I don't see Praveen. So Kirito and Praveen. Kirito and Praveen. Please let me know that you're ready to fight, and then come online and get to fighting. Lukaku, Kami in. Good, good. Praveen's in-game name, don't remember off the top of my head. But yes, we'll write down Luke. Yeah. These days, I've been playing Far Cry 5, so now when I say Lukaku, my brain goes Far Cry. Oh god, that was not a good game. Okay, so Praveen's posted his in-game name. Nice, nice. Kengi sent Swad his in-game name, but both of you are already added to each other's friends list from the tournament, apart from anything else. Alright. Just waiting for Kirito Marksman and Praveen to add one another. Once again, if you'd like to get involved in sub-battles, post your in-game name in the chat box. Or if you would like us to take a look at a deck, suggest changes, or if you'd just like to show it off, leave your deck's card code in the chat too. How would work a combo of Banoba without dark cards and Blood-Sucking Vine? Right, so you don't really need Bonobo for that, but sure. Okay, so Kirito sent the invite. Good, 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 good. Although actually, do you mean Bonoba the hero or Bonoba the card? It's Mabinogi Duel has decided to make some of its heroes into cards, which has always struck me as a little bit weird. Makes things somewhat difficult when you're discussing them, but sure. Alright, so Kirito sent the invite. We're just waiting for Praveen to accept and then for them to jump into a fight. Okay, Praveen is online. Good, good. So the fight should be beginning fairly soon. Aliko, the hero. Yeah, well, the heroes thing is literally just whenever anybody charges into dark, both characters lose 1 HP. So, yeah. Okay, Mist. It's written a small essay. Last night I read some disturbing literature called Pretty Melt. It's a manga about a giant girl that thinks she's a magical girl that the meltdown. Okay, a bit of a grammatical foobar there. And killing anyone who she thinks is evil. I think she's a magical girl that the meltdown. I don't know what that is. Anyway, moving on. She also has a tendency to also kill people she doesn't consider to be evil, but says they're a sacrifice in the name of justice. She likes to eat pudding, human brains, and noodles, and hates everything she thinks is evil, even if she kills people that aren't evil, but she mistakes them for villains. Fair enough. Doesn't sound very good. So, Kirito Marksman up at the top with no mutants and the Skulled Hero. Praveen down the bottom with 3 mutants and the Fene Hero. So the Elf, which was answered by the Ambush Vine. And a Suspicious Peddler, which is always obviously quite difficult to remove. Because you don't want to kill it with a removal spell, because then you lose a secondary removal spell, or just a secondary spell into the grave. It can be problematic. So, Praveen's side of the field. Finder says, Arc! Yes! What? Praveen is thinking about it. Hello, it's Evil Bart. Okay, hello. Welcome. Mist, I'm sorry for my poor English. I'm half asleep. It's fine. Luke, I built a terrible deck. I hope you guys are ready. Well, nobody's challenged you yet. Oh, find it. You want a sub-battle. Good. Okay, so Evil Bard. Lukaku versus Evil Bard. I'm sure you guys have already added to each other's friends list, but if not, please do so. Alright, yes, Kirito's going, hello, come on, Praveen, come along. Hello. And he goes for a charge, good-o. Your other account won't let you comment. That's weird, has it been banned for some reason? Alright, so a little bit of damage coming out. Praveen is ready to level up. Kirito goes for a charge, which is quite interesting. So let's see what Praveen goes for now. Should just level up, really, no reason not to. So it took a while to change your account. Yeah, weird. Oh. That's going to be a bit confusing. Kirito follows suit and levels up. The elf kills off the ambush vine. I assume we're about to see a PLA come out onto that elf. Bum, ba, da, ba, 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 bum. I mean, no reason not to, and I don't see why anybody would pack nature without running PLA. A revival. Interesting choice. So the ambush vine comes out of the grave. Kirito Marksman doesn't want to trigger the ambush vine. And there's the PLA. Okay, yeah, that was... Took a weirdly long time, but yes, there we go. So PLA, of course, kills the elf and disappears back into the ether. And it's Kirito Marksman's turn. Hunter PLA comes out to answer that suspicious peddler, and a leopard into the center slot in case they want to use command hunting, one would assume. Back to Praveen's turn. Kirito Marksman has taken battlefield control, although of course with the amount of resources both players have, that's probably not going to hang out for too long. So, Praveen's opportunity chance turn again. Out comes the magic holy missile. I'm going to see another Praveen PLA. They both begin with P. Cut me some slack. And down goes the leopard. So that was an even resource trade there, although it did take Praveen 2 actions to counter a 1 action use by Kirito Marksman, so that still works out quite well for him. Golden Garden Cat comes out, and Praveen is going to have to kill that immediately, or it's going to begin generating an awful lot of light resources for Kirito Marksman, given that it has hit its ability's activation point with that gold mount. Praveen is once again thinking about it. I'm wondering if he's having internet difficulties. Yeah, it's a possibility. There goes the hunt. So, as predicted, you have to answer the Golden Garden Cats when they have enough gold out onto the field, and Praveen levels up off the back of that. So, Kirito Marksman probably going to level up first. Could charge, could play another creature. 9 cards in his hand. Goes for a revival. That puts Praveen 6 HP in the lead, which is not that much, but we'll see if he can take advantage of it. Goes for a charge on the first action. Goes for charge on the second, and a revival on the third. It's an interesting choice. Generally, you want to go for a revival and then a charge when you or your opponent has a hero that can heal off charges, but sure. Evil Bard, who are you against? You're against Lucarcry. So you should have each other added as friends already. An elf comes out on Kirito Marksman's side, and it is Praveen's turn. So more than enough resources to remove that with a surprise attack, or another hunt, anything really. I mean, even another holy missile into PLA would work. But Praveen opens with a aggressive Magician Masked Field, and appearing on the far left-hand side. So not protecting Magician Masked Field from any hunt shenanigans. Charge on Kirito Marksman's side, on Praveen's side rather, and another charge on Praveen's side. Okay, so that leaves Kirito Marksman's elf a free shot. Let's see what it decides to go for. A Holy Missile onto Magician Masked Field. Of course, no reason to do anything else if you have that in your hand. And something to deal with Anna. Command hunting, hunt, surprise attack. Something. Lots of choices anyway. Taylor Miss Shelley, that's going to be a nasty little counter there on Kirito Marksman's side. So that's an 8/7 jumbled zombie comes out onto the field, putting a significant amount of damage out there for Praveen to deal with. Now, if he has Holy Spear, or Earthquake, that could be answered for a nice resource cost, although Earthquake... I don't remember how much that does at level 3. It may not be enough to get through Taylor Miss Shelley. I can't remember whether Earthquake level 3 is 15 or if I'm thinking of something else. Out comes that -1 Angel or Peria, bringing out the Magician Masked Field and the Anna. Unfortunately for Praveen, the Magician Masked Field does appear to the left-hand side of Anna. So if Kirito Marksman has a Flame Emission, he can clear out both the Magician Masked Field and the Anna without any difficulty. In fact, he can just clear out the Taylor Miss Shelley and the Magician Masked Field. The jumbled zombie will kill the Anna. But he's just going straight out for the attack. He's just going to leave Taylor Miss Shelley out there, which is fine. He obviously has no intention of reviving it and reusing it, so he just wanted that 13 damage to come straight out onto the field. Now the question is, do you do anything to answer that Angel or Peria -1? More than enough resources to do so, but they're in nature, and that could be problematic. If all you have is a command hunting, that of course won't target Orperia, it will target Miss Shelley instead. So a hunt in this particular instance would be better. Leek, it does 20. Luke Hawker thinks 15. Other people are saying 20. 9, 14, and 20. Yeah, see, I couldn't remember either. Out comes the Paralyzing Bullet and the Hunter Piolet to take care of that Angel Lord Peria, putting Kira to Marksman in a very solid position here. Praveen's captured the Tailor Miss Shelley, but not for any particular value on his part. And he now has to deal with fatal damage on Kira to Marksman's side of the board. He does have enough resources to kill one, if not both, of those creatures, but can he do so and put some pressure onto the board at the same time? A Dark Magic Missile comes out, which is pretty fun, given what we were just talking about, and a surprise attack. So, a couple of costly removals there, given that the Jumbled Zombie basically came out for free. And was then counted for, well, not counted, but then it was captured for more than its own cost, so it's a bit awkward of a resource trade there on Praveen's side. Kira to Marksman, keeping the pressure up, forcing Praveen into a reactive rather than active position, putting out a single creature, which does have Fatal onto the board. Praveen can, of course, remove that with a hunt or command hunting. Although if it's a command hunting, he's got to place another creature first, and that could be tricky. That could be tricky. So let's see what he decides to go for. Needs to take care of that leopard, of course, because it's fatal damage. Now Fenne's ability might activate, and almost certainly will, because it's Fenne. But you can't rely on that happening. So a charge, it goes into light, which not too bad. That does help Praveen balance out a little bit more. We could possibly see a Holy Missile into a Piolet, but actually I don't think so. No, we won't, will we? Because it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Oh, no, we will. Okay, so it was 4. I could have sworn that Praveen had used that twice now, but apparently just the once. So, a Holy Missile into Piolet. Kira to Marksman doing very well for nature, not great for gold, and okay for light. Definitely leading over his opponent in terms of resources, though. Revives from the Grave, which does deal a 5 damage, and out comes the Elf. That's not fatal, but it is pressure that Praveen does need to answer. Let's see how he deals with this threat. So nowhere near enough resources to bring out another Magician Masked Field or an Angel Lord Peria -1. Interesting to see an Angel Lord Peria -1 deck being used with a single Magician Masked Field. Normally with Angel Lord Peria you see Magician Masked Field and Mana Magician Masked Field, and then Ritual of Darkness and generally a Dark or Peria -1. So yes, quite interesting to see a single Magician Masked Field running up next to an Angel Lord Peria. So Praveen charges on the first action, charges on the second, uses the hunt to kill the elf, and that should put Kirito into a pretty decent position. Out comes the Golden Garden Cat, not quite fatal damage, but definitely going to apply some pressure. Again, Kirito's just dropping single card, single card, single card, trying to bet out as many resources as possible off Praveen's side of the field before doing any kind of flood. Magic Missile comes out. That's not enough to kill the Golden Garden Cat, but it is enough for a Hunter Piolet counter. There it goes. Oh, that Hunter Piolet really paying for its own cost. Kirito Marksman's turn once again. He could just revive into an elf, or if he has another green card, he could play that. Goes for double charge into a triple. Or does he have another creature in gold or nature that he's happy to use here? Sound of Silence, 030. I don't know why you keep saying that, but okie dokie. Leopard comes out, and once again, Praveen needs to answer that. It's no longer fatal damage, thanks to Skuld's ability helping Praveen out on a couple of those charges. So Praveen goes for a charge, it goes into light, which is nice for balance, but not so good for the HP ability charge. A discard into light, are we about to see a surprise attack? Yep, there goes the surprise attack, and that drains that all the way down to 0 once again. Kirito Marksman's turn once more, Praveen managing to control the battlefield pretty well, all things considered. Kirito Marksman going for a revival into a double charge, may go for a double play on his next turn. Force out a response from Praveen, or force him into a position where he literally can't respond. Praveen's been able to answer single target, single creature cards that have been coming out. If Kirito puts a little bit more pressure on, he may find he doesn't have the resources. So a couple of charges there that went into nature, which is good for the HP, but not so good for the resource balance. Out comes an elf on Kirito's side and the Golden Garden Cat, so he is going for the full court press now. That will be fatal damage if Praveen doesn't charge into nature. Now he can answer one of these cards without too much difficulty, but he cannot answer both of them at the same time. Lukaku really paying for its own cost, essentially zero cost creature. Yeah. Milbar, how do you play Dragon Hunter Freya? You mean Frey? Well, you can take a look at the tournament if you want to see some a couple of really good Dragon Hunter Frey plays. But you basically use her almost as a creature-based Arrow of Revenge in a lot of ways. Oh, interesting. And a Ritual of Darkness into that Taylor Miss Shelley, and that is going to be enough for a Magician Master Field on the next turn. So, Kirito Marksman's got to be a little bit cautious here. So, Command Hunting comes out. That's going to weaken the Golden Garden Cat. Not enough to kill it, though, and that's not going to allow a Piole play. That may have been a bit of a misplay there by Kirito. No, the Goblin Shredder's coming out. Okay, so that answers the Golden Garden Cat and leaves some pressure out onto the field. Praveen can now summon that Magician Master Field, which he does. It does not block the Elf, which is a little bit unfortunate for him. Let's see if he decides to go for removal or if he's going to go straight into a double charge. Leek, turns out the Choir Ensemble -1 I got is Godroll. Okay, fair enough. Discard into nature. Interesting. Alright. Kirito Marksman, you better than I thought. If he's... Yeah, all he needs to do is remove that Magician Master Field, and he's got a good chance at Fatal here if it hadn't been for Fene. So discard into Holy Missile. Down goes the Magician Master Field. And goes for the charge. He's really hoping the Fene's ability doesn't activate. Let's see if it does. It does not. For once, Fene's ability does not activate, and Praveen goes down. So well played to Praveen, and congratulations to Kirito Marksman. Well played to both players there. I'll hand out your gems now. So that was Praveen. There we go, and Kirito Marksman. There we go. All right, very nice, very nice. Leech is opening up a godly deck. Okay, so let's switch over to something else here. Not that one. I'm mucking around with that one. Let's overwrite this one. Didn't select. That was weird. Let's overwrite this one. Okay, there we go. All right. So find a deck with a code 601F. B35. Alright, and override. This looks like an aggro deck right out the gate. Not sure why Fox necessarily, but okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's yeah. It's an aggro deck. Fair enough. Wouldn't say it's godly, but yeah, it's a decent aggro deck. It's a good aggro deck. Zentuto, so what's the difference between big creature and finisher? To me, they both have high cost and the stats are kind of the same. Often they are the same thing, but we use big creature specifically to mean creatures that are highly resistant to removal spells. So Materio, for example, is a good finisher because he can apply an awful lot of pressure to the opponent's battlefield, but he's not a big creature because he doesn't meet HP breakpoints, if I remember correctly. King of Prophets is a good finisher because of his ability to exert an awful lot of pressure onto the battlefield and deal a finishing blow a lot of the times, but he's not a big creature because he doesn't meet HP breakpoints. Dras, Mud Hero Dras, is both a finisher and a big creature because he's good at finishing battles. He's a good sort of like, bam, now what? But he also has a really high HP value, which does protect him from the staple removal spell. So big creatures are generally used to describe the ones that can't be removed by removal spells, not easily. And finisher creatures are any creature in your deck that you bring out as kind of a boom key card play almost. Leek has imps, wolf, a dog, bird, and foxes. Yes, it's very Victorian fairy. Leek, you know, same reason as penguin. For foxes, I assume. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, adorable penguin is adorable. Swad, King of Prophets is tanky as F. Is he? I keep getting King of Prophets and Materio mixed up in my head as to their HP values. 27. Yeah, okay. So yeah, he would be considered a big creature. He's not tanky as F because 27 is good, but it's not hilariously tanky. It's not Chief Aran levels of tanky, 35, 36 HP. But yes, he would be considered a big creature. Materia is the one that doesn't meet HP breakpoints. Materia meets HP breakpoints at level 1, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. When we say HP breakpoints, we mean breakpoints at levels where they're likely to be played. Nobody's going to play Materia at level 1. Alright, so next up is Kengi versus SWAT. So I see Kengi is online, but not SWAT. So when you guys, well, SWAT, please get online. And when you and Kengi are both ready, somebody challenge somebody. And we'll jump in and take a look. While that's coming in, should I use Light Triss instead of Taylor Michelle? I mean, I haven't even seen the deck, but I'm going to say immediately, no, you shouldn't. But let's see. EFFB. Nope, Taylor Michelle, don't use Light Triss. There's only 2 reasons to use a Light Elf Hero Triss. One of them is if you're going for the +1 variant, which is the gimmick variant. And the other one is if you're trying to go for a slightly less gimmicky Lilith. So, Karma up at the top with the swish as heck Tina. Not the Bonoba for once in his life. And Kengi down the bottom with L. So, after a couple of defensive plays, Karma opens with an Elf, and Kengi answers with a surprise attack. Evil Bar has posted a deck. We'll take a look at that just after this. And Kengi, we're up, yes. So, another aggressive play there. Forest Keeper Imp from Karma. Kengi decides to level up, just going to take that damage. And Karma follows suit. Kengi's turn now, could play Piole to get rid of that Forest Keeper Imp without any difficulties, and down it goes. Another charge, I assume, from Kengi. Yep, there we go. A charge. What the hell happened, says Karma. For reasons I don't know. Hello! Says Kengi. Karma charges up on the first action and on the second, so not going for aggressive play in the mid-game. Kengi charges up as well, trying to maintain resource parity. It charges up a second time. Okay, so both players have switched into a defensive control-based playstyle. Karma leading by 7 HP, although that's not decisive. Out comes a Princess Fabicia. Unusual to see her coming out at level 2, but hey, if you got the resources, might as well make the most of it. And it's Kengi's turn. If he has to drag to hell, it's a 50-50 chance that it'll hit Princess Fabicia, but he'll almost certainly choose not to go for something like that. No mana, so that means Kengi can't run Amantur's Blue Spell Circle, unfortunately. Otherwise, a Piole into the center slot and an Amantur's Blue Spell Circle on top would have been very nice for him. Let's see what he decides to go for. He's having to think about it. Fabicia, of course, one of the best, if not the best, currently gold finishers in the game. I don't think... Actually, I think there is a good gold EXT card out at the moment, but... yeah, I mean, for non-whales, certainly Princess Fabicia is the best gold finisher. Kengi goes for a revive. Alright, just going to let that 13 damage come out onto him. That's going to hurt like bejesus. Karma, of course, doesn't need to do anything other than charge and level up. No reason to. Princess Fabicia brings out another leopard, unless Kengi has an AoE like Holy Spear or something, which he doesn't, and he has to sacrifice. Sorry, he has to forfeit, rather. So, congratulations to Karma, and well played to Kengi. That was over quick. But, yeah, if you can't answer aggressive plays immediately, then, yeah, you're gonna struggle. Gonna struggle. Alrighty, so both players get gems. So let's see, there's Karma, confirm, and Kengi. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so next up is Lucarcry versus Evil Bart, but before we do that, I'm just going to take a look at this deck that Evil Bart has posted. So 601 F B37. Which rings a faint bell. I don't know why. Okay, so here we go. Dragon Hunter Fry alongside Bluesy Floozy. Fun. And it's a +1 nature variant of Dragon Hunter Fry, which... Okay, fair enough. The light normal variant, honestly, is the best variant of Dragon Hunter Fry. It's the most resistant to stuff. Dragon Hunter Fry Green, of course, vulnerable to things like Forest Fire and so on and so forth. Yeah, that looks fine. You only have... Yeah, I mean, that looks fine, but I think you're going to find dealing damage to the opponent hero a little bit difficult. Leopard and Forest Keeper Imp can come out. Curse Shiroyasha just subscribed. Thank you very much. Leopard and Forest Keeper Imp a good chip damage. Goblin Shredder's more utility than offense. Bluesy Floozy's decent offense. Piolet, of course, never offense. And Dragon Hunter Fry, more of an arrow of revenge. I think you're going to find it difficult to maintain consistent HP pressure on your opponent with that deck. But you never know. You never know. Damn, she needs to be killed fast again. Yeah, Fabicia, yeah, you absolutely need to murder Fabicia immediately. Gengi, we should ban 5-star cards in stream. I don't. That's just not fair if you're going for skills. Everybody has access to 5-star cards. They're not super difficult to get a hold of. If enough people request no more 5-star cards, then we'll introduce it, but it's never been a problem before, and I don't really think it's a problem now. Fabicia is a really nice gold finisher, but she's not unstoppable. And given that she is one of the top 5 most played finisher cards at the moment, what is it right now? It's Lilith, of course. Fabicia, Materio, King of Prophets, Magician Masked Field, I think, are the top 5 most played finishers at the moment. So any deck you create has got to have answers to those 5 in it. Okay, so I see Lukaku and Evil Bart are online, and so whenever you guys are ready, please jump into a fight. I regret that I have no gem to give you guys, but, you know, pulled 11 boosters and only got 1 of those gem gifts, so, wah wah. Hold on 1 second, please. Yep, no problem. And while we're waiting, a big thank you to everybody who keeps sending me gem gifts. I really appreciate it. I wish I could send them back to everybody, but unfortunately I need to keep all of my gem gifts so that I can give them away for sub-battles in these live streams. But just know that if you send me a gem gift, I do, every time I receive one, read your name out loud, just to myself in my studio, and thank you very much for it. Okay, ready? Good, good. So whenever you guys are prepared... Oh, you're already transitioning in. That's fine then. I feel like a guy in the Olympics going, ready, set, oh, they're running already. Okay. It's a good thing. Alright, so... Jumping in. Evil Bart up at the top with 1 mutant and the hero whose name I don't remember because she's one of the collab heroes. Lukaku on the bottom with the neutral female hero and no mutants. Both players being quite defensive to begin with. 1, 2, 3. I like it. Don't change anything. Let's see if Lukaku goes for an aggressive play here or just going to keep playing control defense. S, says Lukaku. Thank you. I'm not going to remember. There's, what, 30 heroes, I think, available in the game currently? Possibly even more. I remember the names of the main ones, but I don't remember the names of the collab heroes. Alright, so yeah, both players playing quite control defensive. Luke levels up, Evil Bart follows suit, because there's no reason to do anything else. Both players feeling pretty leery about dropping a card, it looks like. Nobody wants to give the other person a chance to counter. Leech, I'd want more trap creatures in this game. Nature already much has all, and there's only a few. Yeah, more trap creatures would be fun. Yeah, they just would be. What I would... Instinctively, what I would like to see are instant spells. Trap cards that you can choose to activate. That's what I would really like to see. So maybe call them ambush cards, and you discard them into your grave just like normal, and they will activate on particular things just like normal, but you get to choose yes or no to the activation. Do you want to activate this out of the grave? I think that would add a certain layer more strategy. Just instinctively, that's what I want. I'm pretty sure people can bring up a lot of reasons why that would be a horrifically bad idea, but instinctively that's what I want. Anyway, what's her face? Small Duke Ebnissi comes out, so hero's HP, or the HP cannot fall below 1 while the hero's HP is 10 or higher. Easily answered, of course, with the transformation spell, but Lukaku does not carry blue, so we're not going to see the what we would expect to see, which is the Amateur's Blue Spell Circle. Could be carrying a Cocoon of Evolution, but apart from that, I'm not really sure what else could go for. A Elurin would stop Ebnacy. A Varun Khan would stop Ebnacy. Looks like Lukaku doesn't carry transformation card though, which is quite interesting. Especially with gold, because you would expect, you know, Cocoon or Cocoon Trap with Goblin Shredder, because it's just a really nice combo. But I'm a bomb. Lukaku, lol, I lost. Good game. Well, not necessarily. But yeah, if you don't have any transformation, basically always carry a transformation card or a capture card, something like that. You know, you gotta have some sort of utility removal here for when people drop unkillable cards. Luke, told you the deck was terrible. We don't know if it's terrible. We haven't seen all of it yet. Nix, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you. We may be seeing Small Duke Ebnacy winning here, which would be nice. Ooh, a Beastkin Jurgen. Yeah, so Lukaku really needed some transformation cards in his deck. Yeah, I mean, Piolet, Amateur's Blue Spell Circle would have just shut this entire thing down. Unfortunate, unfortunate indeed. Forest Fire comes out, that's going to kill the elephant, but not going to kill either Jurgen or Ebnacy. Piolet may come out. Yeah. That's going to transform the Beast Jurgen. So yeah, I mean, Jurgen's impossible to just kill. You need to disable it. You need to capture it. You need to Betrayal Ritual of Darkness it. You need to transform it. You need to Varum Kahan it. You need to vanish it, but you can't kill it. Fabicia is 70,000 in the shop right now, in case anybody's interested. And that is going to be a game for Lukaku. Sportsman-like finish on both players' sides. I'll break you into pieces, screams Jurgen, and Ebnacy does not get to land a finishing blow, so I still don't know what she says when she wins. Congratulations there to Evil Bart, and well played to Lukaku. Unfortunate, no transformation spells. That is gonna get ya. That's gonna get you bad. Okay, you're just surrendering, fair enough. Well, same thing. My finish. Missed. I want spells to summon creatures and make the cards have a gimmick with it, summoning different creatures if you use the card as the first card in your turn, or if it's cancelled it will summon another, or even summon base on what's currently on the field. I just want a weird deck with options to require high skill to play. That would also be nice. Yeah. Yeah. What was somebody else's idea? Was to have cards where if they would be transformed by a spell or by a card effect, instead it activates their ability, which would be very, very cool. So very, very cool. All right, but we'll have to see. I mean, it looks like Mabinogi Duel is not going to release any new cards until Duel of Summoners is caught up, so we'll see what happens. They have generally released new-ish mechanics with each release, so never know. You never know. Kengi, yes, I know. I just like to keep stream to fair play, keep it simple and skillful. We don't like cards like Luke's opponent was using. Well, we're okay with it, honestly. I mean, it's still skill-based play. Small Duke Ebnacy and Jurgen, outside of specific gimmick decks, are not actually that threatening. Jurgen's only threatening in a gimmick deck because, you know, you play Jurgen, immediately Ritual of Darkness him, and that way, even if your opponent destroys Jurgen, you can just revive him right back out of the grave with all of the resources you got off the Ritual of Darkness and so on and so forth. Evil Bar wasn't playing that. It was just standard Jurgen. Very easy to counter. Same with Duke Ebnacy. You just need, you know, transformation spells, capture spells, Varum Kahan, Elurin. There's countless easy, simple, non-5-star card ways of dealing with it. Yeah. Miss, that was your idea. Yes. Okay, good. I knew it was somebody here's idea, and yes, it's a very nice idea. Mincham H, have a nice day all, and good plays. I must go to work. Okay, have fun at work if you can. I hope you have fun at work. Zend, any suggestions for PvP deck with Dark Element in it? Yep, PvP with Dark Element deck, a Magician Mask Field. There's your answer. It's a very, very popular finisher card. Magician Mask Field is one of the top 5 finishers at the moment, judging by the live duels and the monthly ranked arena. So yeah, run that. So standard Dark would be what? Skeleton, Arrow of Revenge, Dark Firebolt or Drag to Hell, and Magician Mask Field. Find it. He said it was gimmick, so I used it. What? What did I say was gimmick? Nick Stalker. B. Undine Akora Light SE. Oh, does that mean you're buying? You want to buy a Light Akora? Yeah, Light Undine Akora. Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe MHMH. Well, hopefully you do have fun with it. Everybody should enjoy work, ideally. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. My life philosophy. All right, so that is the end of the current round of sub battles. Does anybody else find it wasn't gimmick my deck? No, your deck wasn't gimmick. No. Small Duke Ebnacy, very easy to deal with. Jurgen outside of a gimmick deck, very easy to deal with. So yeah, Evil Bard wasn't a gimmick deck. Luke just needed some transformation cards. That's all. Which is fair enough, you know. Every so often I'll create a deck and I'll bring it into, you know, ranked or friendly match, and somebody will throw out a big creature and I'll go, okay, I just need to transfer. Shit, I didn't put a transformation card in here, did I? God damn it. Kengi, you're up for next. Kirito's up for next. Luke wants a shot of redemption. Okay, so let's do Kengi versus Kirito. And then Luke Far Cry. Joseph Seed, yada yada, collapse, blah de blah. It's really still stuck in my head. Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5. Do not spend real money on it. Evil Bart, you want another shot as well? Okay, well, it looks like an Evil Bart versus Lucarcry rematch then. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so Kengi versus Kirito. Kengi versus Kirito. When you guys are ready, jump into a fight. Find it. Also, I had Orperia ready too. Will that make it a gimmick? No. Nope, that doesn't make it a gimmick. So yeah, Kirito and Kengi are both online. Good. Find it. And 2 feathers. Again, not really gimmick. It's an annoying kind of deck, that sort of thing. That's they're just called res decks. If you pack an Orperia -1 and a couple of Feathers of Phoenix, along with 1 or 2 really powerful cards, then it's considered res deck. It's not considered to be a gimmick deck, but you will find that people don't really enjoy losing to it. So, yeah, I mean, if you beat somebody with, like, you know, Magician Mask Field, Taylor Miss Shelley, that kind of thing, then, you know, people will go, okay, good game, congrats, you won, yay, no hard feelings. If you win with a res deck, people are like, yeah, congratulations, you asshole. Still, I mean, once upon a time it would have been considered gimmick. These days, not so much, because there's just so many answers to res decks. Luke, res decks are annoying as F. Yeah, see, told you. Kirito up at the top with no mutants and the Skull Hero. Kengi down the bottom with 2 mutants and the El Hero. So, Kirito goes for an aggressive Cadea's Flying Sword. Interesting choice. Most people, of course, running Imp or Black Spirit. Drag the Hell comes out, answers the Cadea's Flying Sword immediately for more than its cost, but does get that damage off the field, which is good at level 1. Kirito Marksman's turn. He could go for another aggressive play, but he'll know that Kengi has 2, 2, and 2 resources on his next turn and can easily answer whatever he drops. Decides to go for the Elf. That's going to force out a surprise attack or a hunt. There's the surprise attack, and down goes the Elf. So Kirito Marksman making good resource trades, but has fallen far behind in EXP. Has to play a creature now in order to make Kengi make a rough choice. So Kengi can either answer or level up. He decides to level up instead. That's going to give the Crusader a free 3 damage off onto Kengi. And Kirito Marksman follows suit. That gives Kirito Marksman a 7 HP advantage. Hellhound comes out. That's going to take care of the Crusader. Kirito Marksman does have light resources, though. So a Holy Missile or a Surprise Attack, either of those 2 things would be enough to take care of that Hellhound without any real difficulty. Goes for the Holy Missile, down goes the Hellhound, And it's back into Kengi's turn. I'm not sure what the revival was for on Kirito Marksman's side. Possibly he's running a little bit low on creatures. Kengi, of course, is going to be paying attention to that. Goes for a double charge. Control defensive play. Kirito Marksman's turn. Goes for a charge on action 1. And on action 2, both players are switched into control defensive. Kengi charges up and no doubt levels up to level 3. There we go. And Kirito Marksman will follow suit with a charge and a level up. There it is. Huzzah! Ba-dum-bum-bum. What was it? Okay, so Swat's posting his main ranked deck for Zent. Does anyone here have normal Dark Shelly, Taylor Shelley? If you do, let Leech know. Well, that, I guess I should change your deck. You mean my deck? Since it's annoying. As a rise to the people coming out on Kengi's side, woo, answered with a Taylor Shelley. So one of the citizens dies, replenishes the light resources, and the Jumbled Zombie 5/8 comes out onto Kirito Marksman's side. Now that's interesting. Magic Missile into the citizen, not going to kill it. Going to see a PLA. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Zen, probably change it a little bit with the cards you have. Yep, the blue isn't necessary, but a light elf is really necessary. Yeah, light elf or light elephant is one of the best light cards you can run. Okay, oh, alright, so a synthesized zombie comes out that's going to weaken the creatures enough for the PLA to deal what it does. Down goes the Taylor Miss Shelley. The jumbled zombie takes a little bit of an attack boost, but it doesn't matter because PLA kills it, and down it goes. So a nice counter there by Kengi using the synthesized zombie, which is becoming a more and more popular card as more and more people use PLA and that kind of thing. Synthesized zombie can really help you to just weaken your opponent down so the PLA can take care of it, or low-cost removals can take care of your enemy creatures. Alright, Kirito Marksman's turn. Both players doing quite well for resources, more or less even here. Kengi battlefield control, but Kirito Marksman with HP advantage. Let's see. So Kirito's thinking about it. No obvious choices here. Another revival out of the grave. Magic Missile comes out. That's going to weaken him for a PLA drop. There he goes. Luke, you mentioned gold PLA was in rotation. Yes, gold PLA is currently in rotation. You have a 0.11% chance to pull it from a bonus card. So good luck with that. Basically just sell all of your 5-star. If you want a gold PLA, sell all of your 5-star cards. Hope somebody puts a gold PLA up for $1 million on the player store. Alright, so another rise of people coming out from Kengi. Now, if both of those citizens die rather than being vanished or returned to hand by something like Varum Kahan, Kengi will get 4 light resources back from that. So, Kirito Marksman goes for charges. Really doesn't want to let that 10 damage come out, but on the other hand, killing the citizens is just going to give Kengi back some more light resources. Ice Spear comes out, that is going to kill them both, so Kengi gets 4 resources back from that. Kirito Marksman finds himself in a bit of an awkward situation there in terms of mana. You're better than I thought, says Kirito Marksman as he as Kengi charges, drops an elf into the center slot, and charges on the 3rd action. Yep, charges on the 3rd action. So Kengi's got nicely balanced resources here. Kirito Marksman, good amount of nature, pretty good light, but really lagging behind in mana thanks to that Ice Spear on the previous turn. Now comes a Holy Missile, that's going to weaken him enough for a PLA murder. And there goes PLA. And I assume a charge. Yep, charge on the 3rd action, trying to regain more resource parity. 1, 9, and 2 versus Kengi's 8, 6, and 8. Kirito Marksman's got to be feeling the pressure here. Kengi goes for a charge on the 1st action, charge on the 2nd it looks like. Yep, and a charge on the 3rd. Okay, just going for full control here. Wants to maintain a resource advantage if at all possible. Kirito Marksman charges, and... charges? Yep, goes for a charge as well. No reason for Kirito Marksman to do anything other than charge at the moment. Another Rise of the People comes out that's going to be getting more and more expensive. So, costs 8, but 4 will come back, turning the spell into a 4 cost, provided the citizens are killed and not vanished or removed or returned. Kirito Marksman's side, more than enough resources there for something like Varum Kahan, if they wanted to drop it. A Paralyzer Lurin, of course, is also a possibility, but not really a good one against the Citizen, since it does activate the Citizen's abilities. So, Kirito Marksman is in a bit of an awkward situation here. Lots of nature resources, not quite so great for mana and light. Bum bum bum. Alright, Kirito Marksman goes for a charge, which goes into light, which is good for him. He doesn't want any more going into mana. That's for into nature, rather. That's for certain. Let's see what he decides to do for his last two actions. No really good answers here, apparently. No transformation spells, it would appear. Elf comes out as a block to the Citizen, which is an interesting choice. Yes, interesting choice to use that as a block. Kadir's Flying Sword in an aggressive position. His resources go into defense, which is fine. It's not really going to protect it from anything, though. Out comes a Paralyzer Allurin on Kengi's side. That's going to take care of the Kadir's Flying Sword and leave 11 damage on the field ready to go into Kirito Marksman, which he is not going to be entirely happy about. Charge, which goes into darkness. Not quite so great for Kengi, but hey, every little helps. And once again, it's Kirito Marksman's turn. So, a capture comes out onto the Paralyzer Allurin, which is an interesting choice, honestly. You would have expected more a capture onto Citizen to gain the Citizen's effect and then a surprise attack into the Paralyzer Allurin, but apparently not. So, Hellhound comes out. That's going to weaken the elf enough that the Citizen can land the finishing blow onto it, and that is going to leave Kengi with 19 damage ready to go into Kirito Marksman on his next turn, which Kirito desperately needs to answer as quickly as possible. A decent amount of resources in Kirito Marksman's pool, nicely spread out as well, but unless one of them is Holy Spear, it's not really going to help. You're better than I thought, he says. Good job, says Kengi, anticipating the victory. Can Kirito Marksman pull this out? A Holy Spear, of course, would wipe the field, but would still leave Kirito Marksman in a really awkward situation, resource-wise. The question is, can he answer this threat whilst at the same time leaving something on the board to apply a little bit of pressure to Kengi? Another revival on Kirito Marksman's side. These are proving to be very expensive. Holy Missile comes out. That's going to take care of the Hellhound. So it's 10 damage now rather than 19, but after this turn that's still going to be fatal on the board for Kirito unless he happens to charge into nature. Kengi almost certainly just going to go for a triple charge. No reason to do anything else. Going to maintain as large a resource lead as possible. There we go, the triple charge. The Citizens both land their shots onto Kirito, and now there is fatal damage on the board. Charge, it did not go into nature, so that's not going to take him outside of kill range. Let's see what he decides to go for here. Whatever he does, of course, Kengi's not going to find it too difficult to answer, so tricky, tricky, tricky. Nyx is still trying to buy a Light Undine Akora Special Edition, so if anybody has one of those going, do let him know. A discard into nature, which of course doesn't activate Skull's ability, and a Hunter PLA coming out in front of the Citizen. That is going to give Kengi back 2 light resources, and the Citizen is going on the right hand side is going to deal 5 damage, which again is going to leave fatal on the board. Now Kengi could play another aggressive creature here, but let's see, maybe just go for a triple charge, but another aggressive creature. No, okay, doesn't go for it. It's going to just let that Citizen sit on the field. The Citizen, of course, is not going to be too difficult to answer. Yep, there he goes. The surprise attack. It's 2 more resources back into Kengi's pool, who now has 12, 10, and 11. He's really not worrying about resources at this point. Kadir's Flying Sword comes out on Kirito Marksman's side, and a charge to force Kengi into a more reactive position. Leek, honestly, don't like Undine's special edition version. Yeah, not fond of it myself. Okay, so one of the Citizens goes in front of Allurin, which isn't ideal for Kengi, but one of them is a free place on the board, which will deal fatal. Elf goes in front of the Kadir's Flying Sword, which Kirito does have to be very, very cautious about. All Kengi has to do on his next turn is place a Hellhound into the middle of the field, and then a Command Hunting, and he's pretty much guaranteed to have fatal. Out comes the capture onto one of those Citizens, so that's going to work out quite nicely for Kirito. And one of the charges did go into nature, so that will take Kirito outside of the guaranteed fatal range. Kengi, of course, can still play a creature in the middle. Goes for a Betrayal. Interesting. Jumped in front of the citizens, that's not going to be helpful, but that Arrow of Revenge plus the elf's damage is going to spell the end for Kirito Marksman. Well played there to both players, a really tight battle, but some excellent control and resource management there on Kengi's side that Kirito just couldn't maintain or regain tempo from. Well played to both. Around 2 sub-battles, I want in. Yep, no problem. SWAT, I'll write you down now. SWAT v somebody. Find it. You get her for free, though. Not Undine Akora Light, you don't. Nix, imagine double Undine Akora. Yeah, find it. I just got her for free. Light Undine Akora? That seems extraordinarily unlikely. Is that one of the new events? Oh, and Praveen, thank you for the gems. I appreciate it. Lukaku, you love her SE? Much better than the OG. It's more like 1980s anime style or manga style, but I'm not a big fan of that. No, apparently you get the Undine Akora +1 mutant for free, and the -1 mutant for free, both of which are not very good. And that's not the light variant either, I don't think, so that's not correct. And then you've got a standard Undine Akora special edition card, but that's not the light mutant. So, fair enough. Okay, so next up is Lukaku versus Evil Bart. Lukaku versus Evil Bart. So, when you guys are ready, please jump online. I see Luke, but I don't see Evil Bart. So yes, when you're ready, please jump online and get to fighting. Lukaku, I'm going to be honest, she looks like the Toon Mermaid from Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, actually, yes, also true. Also true. I really trying Bury Me Kingy. Okay. It's weird, but sure. If anybody else wants to get involved in a sub-battle, please leave your in-game name in the chat box below. And we'll jump into another one. Okay, Lukaku and Evil Bart are both online, so somebody send somebody a battle request and we will get to fighting. Well, you guys will get to fighting. We'll get to watching. Put that pen down. Stop fiddling with it. Bad arc. Very distracting. Whoops. This is what happens. Alrighty, the transition has occurred. Aqua Premium, can I play? Absolutely, yes. So SWAT versus Aqua Premium. So please SWAT and Aqua Premium at each other. That was weird. The transition occurred and then immediately cancelled. So I don't know what's happening there. So Aqua Premium is X Dragon Lore. So SWAT, please add X Dragon Lore to your friends list so that you guys are ready for the fight after this. All right, here we go. Nix, you're putting your in-game name in, so I assume you want to fight. Good, good. So, whoops, Nix Stalker. There we go. Alrighty, so Evil Bart up at the top with no mutants and the S hero. I remember now, thank you, Lukaku. And Lukaku down at the bottom with the neutral female hero and no mutants. So neither player running mutants here. Forest Keeper in comes out, immediately answered by the Holy Missile. An even resource trade there for Lukaku, and it gives them a XP advantage. Griffin is cheering for Lukaku, so that's nice. I'm sure other people are cheering for Evil Bart. Let's hear everyone's cheers. Elephant comes down, not center. So Evil Bart got to be assuming off that there's no command hunting in Lukaku's deck. Answered with a Goblin Shredder, always an excellent counter to Elf and Elephant. Ooh. And Lukaku levels up. He's just going to take that 3 damage off the Goblin Shredder. He could kill the Goblin Shredder now with a Piolet, which he goes for, and charge on the second action, probably. Or maybe not. Nope, yep, there we go, charge on the other one. Leech, Bullfighter Light +1 for 200,000. Should I take it? I wouldn't, but you never know. Alright, Right, okay. So, Evil Bard charges up on the first action and the second, switching to a more control-based playstyle. Aqua Premium is going to play a silly deck, so SWAT's going to pick an untested deck. Which is generally TCG player code for I totally have tested this one, but it's not one of my best. Alright, both players still working a defensive control-based playstyle. Let's see. So what, Bullfighter sucks. Bullfighter doesn't suck. There's definitely some value for Bullfighter, but a light Bullfighter +1? I wouldn't say that was worthwhile. King, you like all many good cards, true. It's missing a finisher, but Bullfighter's not a finisher, so... Alright, Lorna comes out on the far right-hand side. A decent play there for Lucarii because he doesn't need to worry too much about it. Bluesy Floozy comes out, going to drop that air bomb right next to Lorna to deal some damage to her. Put her within Piole range, which will be nice for Evil Bard. And a Leopard comes out, so very, very aggressive play there from Evil Bard. Let's see if it pays off for him, or if Lucarii has some AoE here that he can use, or some little creature turnarounds. Alright, Kengi Bullfighter is one of my favorite cards, by the way. It's a fun card. It definitely has value in very particular decks. Out comes that, ooh, very nice, Goblin Shredder, which does deal with that air bomb. So, Lorna no longer weakened, Bluesy Floozy facing off against a Goblin Shredder, which will survive its attack, and the Leopard is going to land a free shot there. Leech, yeah, it seemed very capable in the limited arena when it was gold light some months ago. Yep, yeah, well, there it would do very well, yeah. Rise and buy. Nature surprise attack for 80k is a good trade. I mean, it's fine price-wise, but there's no point in going for a nature surprise attack. Hunt is just... You might as well just use Hunt, basically. There was a normal light for 200k there as well. Please forget about it, says Evil Bard. It was just a bad dream. So, Evil Bard with 12 damage out onto the field. Lucarii with 7. Both players at equal HP and pretty even resources as well. So, Lucarii, thinking about it, probably wants to unstab Bluesy Floozy. Out comes a Forest Fire that's going to kill Lorna. No great loss for Lucarii, but will take care of the Leopard and the Bluesy Floozy in one fell swoop. Goes for a charge, which if he's lucky will go into gold, but it doesn't, goes into nature, which is the one he really didn't want it to go into. And another charge, and that one goes into light. So that'll be helpful for bringing out more and more Lornas. Evil Bard goes for charge, switching to a control-based playstyle, and it is Lucarii's turn once again. So a charge on Lucarii's side, he could go for a revive here into another aggressive Lorna play, but it looks like he prefers to go for more control-based. So one charge into nature, not so great, one charge into light, which is okay, and a third charge, which goes to gold, so nicely balanced out there. Leek, Light Hunt was my main until I got the Light Command Hunting. Light Command Hunting is nice. Light Hunt was really, really good for PVG back when Rookie Arena was a thing. Light Command Hunting is very good. Yeah, Light Command Hunting is just good in general. But I remember using Light Hunt and Light Drag to Hell a lot in the Rookie Arenas back when that was a thing, because that was a really, really useful card ability. Kenki wants a Light Command Hunting, but too expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so more charges. Charger. I've just noticed Evil Bard's running a perfect triple color for Farca Polymorph. Lucarii revives out of the grave. It got 20 resources into nature now, which means Lucarii is only going to be generating 2 resources per turn. Not ideal for him. Evil Bard charges and it goes into gold. Another charge which goes into nature, and one more charge, shall we say, which goes into mana. So very nicely balanced out there for Evil Bard with those charges. Not working out quite so well for Lucarii. Evil Bard is accelerating the resource gain at this point. So Lucarii needs to play something. Cocoon Trap comes out into the elephant, so even resource trade really there. No great shakes. Lucarii's got to be feeling okay about that. Does mean the Evil Bard is almost certainly going to drop a Goblin Shredder onto that Cocoon, though. So a double charge from Lucarii while he waits for the inevitable Goblin Shredder. There it is. Bingo bango, and down goes that Cocoon. So, Evil Bart lagging a little bit behind in resources now, but with battlefield control, both players still managing to maintain exactly the same amount of HP, somehow. And Evil Bart probably just going to go for a double charge here, unless he's feeling really ballsy and wants to go for an aggressive play, but the double charge is the safest one, certainly. Just thinking about it, though. May want to go ballsy. Where's Simmer? Yes. There we go. I like balls. Alright, Leak. One was for 600,000, but I didn't get it since I already had one. Yeah. It's a good card. Valuable and very expensive. I'm honestly surprised I don't see it more. Holy Missile comes out. That's going to kill the Goblin Shredder, who really doesn't have great HP at level 3, unfortunately. Still a good way of answering green creatures, of course, but suffers quite a bit outside of level 1. And then a double charge from the Lukaku, who no longer has 20 into nature, so he is now back to regaining 3 resources every turn. Kengi, yay, Samurai Quack! Yay, Kengi! Evil Bart charges on the first action, and the second, and I assume the third. Come on, we know you're going to. Oh, a discard. Okay, so Cocoon Trap, no doubt. So, Lukaku could go for something a little bit aggressive here. Could go for a cheap creature drop and then Lorna, if he wanted to. He could just drop Lorna into the Cocoon Trap just to force its cost higher and higher for less and less value. That's also a possibility. Goes for a double charge, drops the elephant. Oh, it was not a Cocoon Trap. Dun dun dun. It was a bluff by Evil Bart. An interesting one since it takes him up to 20 nature resources, which of course means he's only generating 2 resources per turn rather than 3. A revival from the grave, so deals 2 damage to himself. Both players back to being exactly equal in terms of HP. And now comes the Bluesy Floozy, who's going to drop the bomb right next to the elephant and then shunt herself all the way over to the right-hand side. So, Lukaku can't put a Goblin Shredder next to that, because obviously there's nowhere to put it. The Air Bomb at level 3 is going to go off and is going to deal 7, which is going to leave the elephant at 8 HP. Not enough for a PLA kill, so Lukaku doesn't really have to care too much about that. Lee, Ravin, I'm making a deck and 9% battery, lagging a little. Dun dun dun. Kengi, very interesting high-level play, winky face. Well, it's always nice to see Bluesy Floozy being brought in. She's a good card. Fell out of meta a while back. Alright, so the Forest Fire comes out. That's going to take care of the Air Bomb, as well as everything else on the field. And no doubt a double charge here from the Lukaku in order to regain as much of a resource advantage as possible. Although again, a Lorna drop here, well, there we go. A Lorna drop here would have been good, I was about to say. And a Lorna drop, we see. Congratulations. Lukaku is in my mind. Dun dun dun. Leaky sent a battle request. Ah, I see. Well, if you have 9% battery, probably don't have a fight. Oh, out comes my Natsumi. Not your Natsumi, you understand? My Natsumi. Which is actually a very good counter to Lorna there, because it kills Lorna and maintains a presence on the field. So you don't need to worry about sort of removing Lorna for worse and worse resource trades. Alright, yes, okay. So, Evil Bart discards a card to the grave. Could be the ambush find. Could be not. Maybe something good. Maybe something bad. Kengi, Lorna is like Call of Citizen card. You mean Rise of the People? A bit like that, yeah. I mean, the Rise of the People does have negative resource growth and so on and so forth. Out comes the Goblin, or the Fiery Zealot, which is answered by the Cocoon Trap, which does mean that Mai is going to kill it. Although, not anymore. Out comes Materio in the right off-center. And the Spirit of the Sword, of course, Materio's ability, that's going to hit Materio because of the positioning. Always try to position Materio on the left-hand side, just in case of that kind of sword nonsense. You want his ability to kill that stupid sword first. Out comes Paralyzer Allurin in front of Materio, that's going to kill him, and leave Allurin out into the field. Okay, Archound is in fact in the house, so I'm going to have to let him out. He's scratching the door. I'll be right back. Alright, happy dog. And we're back. Alrighty then. Fortunately, nothing's happened. So I missed nothing. Alright, so Evilbard is thinking about it. At some point that cocoon is going to need to be answered. Can't be answered with the Goblin Treader. Aventur's Blue Spell Circle? No, okay. Interesting choice. Yeah, odd choice. Interesting one. So this gives Lucarcry some problems. A lot of resources in nature now, but a lot of damage out on the field. That Hunter PLA, of course, is in the perfect position for a hunt if Lucarcry happens to have one. An Earthquake here, of course, would be very nice indeed, but almost nobody runs Earthquake, so it's very unlikely we'll see it. Apart from that, yeah, not really sure what to go for here. I mean, a hunt into Hunter Piolet and then a Paralyzer Illurin or Varum Kahan into the Paralyzer Illurin would work very nicely. But it depends on what... It doesn't look like Lucarcry has a Paralyzer Illurin or a Varum Kahan based on the cards down at the bottom there. Whatever other card he has, Materio and PLA the highest cost and then one down. I'm pretty sure Illurin or Varum Kahan will be higher up than that. So, a charge on the first action, charge on the second. It looks like this is really going to hurt. Lucarcry goes for a triple charge. Yeah, this is going to be painful. So, Evilbard can either let Hunter PLA just kill that cocoon or can remove it himself in order to let that extra damage come out. It's going to let Hunter PLA just hammer into that, and there's 13 damage. So, fatal damage is now out on the board on Lucarcry, against Lucarcry, I should say. So, tricky. Very, very tricky. Not enough resources for another Forest Fire. It's already been used twice. Not enough resources for a Materio. Down goes Illurin with the surprise attack. More than enough nature resources for, say, a creature playing to the center and then a command hunting. I mean, doesn't have enough resources for a Fiery Zealot, but that would have been nice. You know, Fiery Zealot into the center, into a command hunting. That would have been a nice little combo there. Unfortunately, not quite enough. Hunter PLA comes out. Command hunting comes out. Interesting choice there because, of course, that can be removed now by Evilbard for that 7 damage, which would give him back Fatal. So a command hunting or a hunt onto that PLA will take care of it, will allow the Forest Keeper Imp to deal 7 damage, taking Lucarcry down to 5 HP. It would, of course, put Evilbard into a negative position resource-wise, so he may not want to go for it, but if he doesn't go for it, then PLA will kill the Forest Keeper Imp and will remain on the field, so it's one of those things where you kind of have to kill PLA. No transformation spells, apparently, not that would even necessarily be the right choice here. Let's see what Evilbard decides to go for. Could also go for a highly aggressive play, a command hunting or hunt into PLA, and then a light creature, like a gold creature like a leopard drop. Hello, I can't read your name, but hello, welcome to the live stream. So Evilbard is giving us a lot of thought. South Korean player. Well, welcome. I forget how to say welcome in Korean, but I know how to say thank you. If that helps. Next, bad situation. Yeah, it's not the best situation for either player to be in, honestly. But if Evilbard doesn't actually do something soon, the AI is going to take over. Actually, wait, isn't... no, I know how to say hello in Korean. It's annyeong. Annyeong. So, paralyzing bullet into the PLA, which isn't going to work because PLA won't attack, but his ability will still activate and kill that Forest Keeper Imp. So, unless... Well, what Evilbard may be doing is acknowledging the Forest Keeper Imp's going to die, but setting it up so that his PLA can kill the enemy PLA on the following turn. That may be his plan here. Amateur? No, okay. He just realized that the paralyzing bullet thing wasn't a great idea and went for the Amateur's Blue Spell Circle. So yeah, oops, please forget about it. It was just a bad dream. You saw nothing. So the Forest Keeper Imp is still out on the field, but that can easily be answered with a PLA of Lukaku's very, very own. An 8 revival out of the grave, so that's going to be painful, but that PLA can now kill the Forest Keeper Imp without any issues, and Lukaku can go for a double charge here to try to regain as much of a resource advantage as possible. Li, ni hao, is that Chinese? That's Chinese, yeah, ni hao is Chinese. Anyang is hello in Korean. Which I know from Arrested Development and Closers, Dimensional Conflict. And Soul Workers. Wow, I hear it a lot. That's weird. Anyway. Evil Bard discards blue into the grave. Interesting. So, I mean, normally you'd expect, you know, counterspell, free summon, that kind of thing, but there's not enough resources there to make that work. So he could be saving up for like an imp, flying sword, something like that in the following turn. Who knows? Kingy, lol, we all liked it before, now we only love this game because Varg stream is so much fun. I'm happy. Alright, so Lukaku is going to charge up as well. That goes into gold, so that's working out fairly nicely for him. He's probably wishing that some of this would go into light, though. Another charge on the second action, which goes into light. Good, okay, so that works out quite nicely for him. Not quite so well for Evil Bard. But Lukaku does have just 4 HP. Now, if Evil Bard had had any mutants, we might have suspected possibly a mana Arrow of Revenge, which would have worked out for Lukaku very badly. But as both players had 25 HP at the beginning of this fight, we can tell that neither one of them had any mutants. So Evil Bard goes for a triple charge, both players just switching into a controlled defensive playstyle here now. Nobody wants to play something first and get it countered. Lukaku, of course, could drop a Lorna. Might be worried about the Cocoon Trap, but again, you know, it's possibly even still worthwhile. Do you know Vindictus? Yes, I used to play Vindictus a lot. Really fun game. It was my first, like really, like real-time MMO. Before that, it was all, you know, World of Warcraft and stuff, where it was, you know, timers and things like that. But yeah, I really liked Vindictus a lot. I liked. I'm pretty sure it was Eevee. The scythe wielder. Pretty sure it was Eevee. Not 100% sure. Pretty sure. Alright, Evil Bard charges and skips a turn. He's got to deal with that Fiery Zealot, though. That Fiery Zealot's got Fatal in 2. If Evil Bard doesn't answer it. Now, he's got more than enough resources for command hunting, hunt, all this kind of thing. Goes for another charge. We have to be seeing the removal now. No reason not to go for a removal. Surely. I mean, even... oh, okay. No removal. I mean, a command hunting, even without a creature in the center of the field, would kill the Fiery Zealot at this point. So interesting that Evil Bard chose to not go for any kind of removals there. Maybe going to take this 8 damage, saving up for something, some big swing play on his next turn. Going to drop a creature in the middle, then use the command hunting, but... If I was Lukaku, I probably would have dropped a Lorna there on the far right-hand side, just to really hammer home the pressure, keep Evil Bard forced into a reactive position, but we'll see if this kind of more defensive playstyle works out for Luke. Gengi, always the game, yes. One of the first true action MMORPGs. If not the first one. Because it was Vindictus and Terra. Terra came after Vindictus, but both of those were like, oh my goodness, you know, it's like World of Warcraft, but you actually fight in real time. Gengi, Betrayal coming. Could be, could be. We haven't seen it yet, though, and you would think that if Evil Bard had a Betrayal, we would have seen it by now. 30 minutes of game. Omglal. Yes. Well, this is what happens when 2 skilled, evenly matched players go up against each other. You see a lot of this. Lukaku, if it's a Betrayal, I had nothing to do against it either way. Yeah, I mean, if it's a Betrayal, there's nothing you can do about it. But again, I mean, you would have thought that if Evil Bard had a Betrayal, we would have seen it by now. Out comes the Mai Natsumi. That's going to kill the Goblin Bomb, the Fiery Zealot. I just call them Goblin Bomb Squads. They're all Goblin Bomb Squads. Leaves Mai Natsumi out onto the field. Now, at this point, we could see a Lorna into the center, into a command hunting. No, just going to see a surprise attack. Okay. Possibly a double charge here, although in this situation, really you want to keep the pressure up on your opponent if at all possible. Lorna is a possible play, but Miss, she was a witch class. She can use scythe or staves, and she was also the tankiest character in the game. Arc, the witch class. Witch, the tankiest class in the game. The witch class even without armor. No. I knew that I was right about her name and her weapon. Yay. SWAT, that's what happens when it's pure control versus pure control. I don't think you understand how deck archetypes work. This is not a control deck. Okay, Elephant comes out on Lukakrai's side. Not enough resources on Evil Bard's side for a Goblin Shredder. So he's gonna have to really like play a creature in the middle and then a command hunting onto that Elephant. Otherwise, it's gonna be problematic. Or just go for a Paralyzer earlier. That also works. Alright, now we might be seeing a Lorna Center plus command hunting from Lukarcry. No betrayal, Kingy. Zend, it was fun watching you stream. I do learn a couple of things, but I got to go. See you on the next stream. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'll look for you on the next stream, which will be on Monday. Monday. So there's the Lorna into the command hunting. Evil Bart could revive from the grave into another Illurin, but that would be really awkward. We could also see a Piolet into an Amantur's Blue Spell Circle onto Lorna. Or just a straight up command hunting onto Lorna. A lot of things. Either way, Evilbart's going to have to answer this Lorna now for more than her cost. I don't think he has any cards that he hasn't actually used yet. There goes the command hunting. So, yep, that was a 5 cost against Lorna's 4? 4, I'm pretty sure. So Lukarcry's beginning to get very positive resource trades off that Lorna. Normally when you're running Lorna, you also run the L hero, because anytime your opponent revives, you just get the Lorna right back into your hand. It's great. Okay, so a revival off Lukarcry, that's going to... So he's going to put on a lot of pressure here with Lorna's now. Force constant reactions from Evil Bart. Again, we could see a POLA into an Amantur's Blue Spell Circle. We could see a revival into command hunting. A lot of possibilities here. Okay, so we're going to see a revival into command hunting, I would assume. A discard into gold, which is interesting. Kengi, slap to death. Yeah. Yeah, slap would also be interesting here. Paralyzing Bullet comes out. That's going to weaken Lorna but not kill her. Sets her up for a POLA on the following turn, though. So Lukarcry has a choice now. Could drop an aggressive gold creature here, forcing Evil Bart into an extremely reactive position. Charges up and it goes into light. SWAT, the player who slaps loses, actually, in this particular instance, yeah. I always view this is as a draw, though. If you slap in this situation, mentally speaking, I always view it as a draw, even though obviously the game views it as a loss to the person who slapped because they'll take the damage. Next talk, control equals control greater than gimmick Veronica. Okie dokie. Don't know what that means, but sure. Evil Bar's turn. So enough resources there to remove the Fiery Zealot and the Lorna. Theoretically, could go for a command hunting into the Fiery Zealot and then Magic Missile or something into the Lorna. But then, of course, all Lukarcry has to do on the next turn. Okay, goes for an Ice Spear. Interesting choice. Got more than enough nature resources now to drop something if he chooses to. Lukarcry, no reason, of course, now not to just keep reviving and dropping Lorna every single turn. A charge into mana, so that's good. That's pretty good for Evil Bart. And a charge into nature, which is not quite so great for him. Not quite so great. Sabro, you forgot there was a stream today. Shame on you. Shame. There's a revival into Lorna and a charge. No reason for Lukarcry really to do anything else at this point. Just keep throwing that Lorna out, forcing Evil Bart to continually react to it. If Evil Bart decides to go for a Illurin play, then Lukarcry can answer that with a Forest Fire. There's the Illurin. So a Forest Fire will be able to answer that Paralyzer Illurin, no trouble. And then it'll be, what, Forest Fire double charge on Lukarcry's side. I'm seeing if I'm psychic or not. Saprasona, there's a rule right now for duels? No. There's no rule for duels right now, except no gimmicks. I mean, that's just the standard rule. What's the Discord? Aqua, I will post it now, although you'll see it before I've finished saying the sentence, probably, because of the way the lag works. But that's the Discord there. But yes, Persona, no rules other than the standard, no gimmick. No gimmick. And then on Monday we'll have another live stream and we will probably run some team tournament tests. So what I may do over the weekend is ask people on Discord to set up teams. And then we will try fighting the teams against each other and see how it works. A revival on Evil Bard's side, so both players down to 1 HP, both of them really wishing they'd packed some sort of, you know, arrow of revenge kind of thing. A paralyzing bullet coming out. Oh, and a Goblin Shredder. Nice counter. Okay, so yeah, the paralyzing bullet plus the Goblin Shredder is actually a better counter than the Forest Fire because it does leave a creature on Lucacri's side of the field. Lucacri can, now that he's charged into light, revive on the next turn and play another Lorna. Whew. Alright, so Sabrosona wants to fight. Well, Nick Stalker's signed up already. Nobody's here to fight, so we'll do Sabrosona versus Nyx, because Nyx hasn't fought yet. Evil discards. There goes the command hunting. Lucacri can revive into a Lorna. This really is a knockdown grudge match between these two players. Whoever wins, the loser has nothing to be ashamed of. Both players have just, I mean, this is like a Rocky battle. Leek, Lorna's all day. I hate her. Kinda. I love Lorna. She's fantastic. There we go. Revive into thing. Kirito can fight Nyx. No, Sabrosona. Elonisama is going to fight Nyx. After this fight, it's SWAT versus Aqua Premium, and then after that, it's Nick Stalker versus Sabrosona. Unless Aqua said that he was leaving. Somebody said they were leaving. No, it was Zent. That was him. Lucacri is getting a bit ridiculous. Well, look, if Lucacri can keep up the Lorna pressure, then they'll win just by attrition. And this is what Lorna excels at. Just bringing her out, bringing her out, bringing her out, bringing her out. So let's see if Evil Bard can continue to answer this Lorna and maintain a battlefield presence. Put enough pressure onto Lucacri that it can't be answered. Okay, so Paralyzing Bullet into the Lorna. Just as a delaying mechanism, it looks like nothing there for a Piole. Yeah, not really sure. Okay, and a discard into mana, which is quite interesting. So Lorna won't fight this turn, but Lucacri could play an aggressive elephant, really put the pressure on, or could go for a triple charge, hoping to gain enough light resources, and there's one of them, in order to bring Lorna back as soon as she dies. And there's another one. So he's ready to revive Lorna immediately. Might want to play an aggressive... No, okay. An aggressive elephant on the far left or far right might actually have been a really good play there. Because Evil Bard only has enough resources for a single removal. Doesn't have enough for 2. A revival from the grave. Lucacri, like both boxes are bleeding and standing still punching each other. Yeah. Can you get more light resources, Luke? More light! More light! I still think an aggressive elephant would have been a better play, but we'll see. Bluesy Floozy dropped, but because of where it was dropped... Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay there by Evil Bard. I think he meant to play it right of center because of the movement. Yeah, misplay there by Evil Bard. Lucacri can... forget about just bad dream. Lucacri can now capitalize on this. And Lorna, the MVP on Lucacri's side, will land the finishing blow. So... Lucacri did, in the end, manage to get his revenge on Evil Bard for the loss in sub-battle round 1. So, congratulations to Lucacri, and well played to Evil Bard. A really well-played fight there on both players' sides. Really drawn-out grudge match, that one. Okay, whoo! Clutch Lorna. Okay, up next is SWAT versus Aqua Premium. So, SWAT versus Aqua Premium. When you guys are ready, there's the Dragon Lore, who is Aqua Premium. So, Karma, otherwise known as SWAT. When you're ready, please jump online and get to fighting. SWAT, after all of this, that's how the game ends with a misplay. Jeez. Well, now Lorna pretty much had it wrapped up. Good game, good game, good game, good game, good game, good game. That was epic. It was good sequence of fights there. Alrighty. Just waiting for SWAT to get online, and then for him and Dragon Lord. There we go, online, and him and Dragon Lord to start fighting. Yes, what was offline is online now. Hen Yuan Chua, how late am I? You are 1 hour and 39 minutes late. So pretty late. Pretty late. Alright, okay, looks like Dragonlore and Karma are flipping over. So Dragonlore is running a silly deck apparently, and Karma is running an untested deck. So Karma up at the top with 4 mutants and the Tina hero, Dragonlore down at the bottom with the Sarah hero and no mutants. Interesting, interesting. So let's see. Karma goes for a defensive first game play, just charges up. Ooh, a Book of Knowledge from Dragonlore's side. Always lovely to cast that when you go second, because it guarantees you a level up on your following turn. And a Book of Knowledge on Karma's side. Interesting choice. So, Dragonlore will level up, and then Karma will follow suit. No reason for anybody to do anything different there. Bingo bango. Alright, and it's Dragonlore's turn. Are we going to see a double charge here? We're certainly going to see a single into another one. Both players have been quite control-based so far. Yep, okay, a double charge there as Dragonlore attempts to gain as much of a resource lead as he possibly can. And blue, or a Mana Magician Master Field comes out. I'm seeing light, I'm seeing dark, I'm seeing mana, I'm seeing a double Magician or Peria deck. That's what I'm seeing. So, Dragonlore at this point, probably wishing he was using the L hero, goes for a charge on the first action and a charge on the second, which is weird. I'm beginning to fear a gimmick on Dragonlore's side, even though I did specifically say no gimmicks. Samurai Quack is watching, and he is judging you. Look at that judgy stare. Out comes a Dark Lady Share, not a +1 variant, so not the best, but still, any share is better than no share. And that is 8 damage came out from Karma's side. Dragonlore 1 HP down below Karma's range. Out comes Secret Nerva and Princess Fabicia, which is interesting because there's no transformation from Fabicia. So Nerva's going to protect against a single spell, but that's it. Just one spell. Let's see how Karma decides to answer this. Magic Missile comes out to drain the Secret Nerva. Nick Stalker. Revival deck, no L. Yep. That's problematic. And out comes the Drag of Hell, hits the Ana, which is so lucky for Karma. And hits the Fabicia, which is so lucky for Karma. Wow. Okay. So he had a 33% chance to hit the one card he really wanted to hit on his side, and then a 33% chance to hit the one card he really wanted to hit on Dragonlore's side. And he got both 33% chances to hit. Jesus. Alright, so Ana transforms in the cutting box, which does give Secret Nerva 1 energy back. Now, Dragonlore could have gone for a Amantor's Blue Spell Summoning Circle into the Magician Master Field mana, which would have given Nerva 2 energy, but chose not to, chose instead to go for a level up and a charge. Out comes the surprise attack, and to take care of that leopard, and level up from Karma's side. Virtude. Pure skill, by the way. Eyes. Yes. Out comes a Beastkin Jane, that is going to get Nerva up to being able to block one more spell. You know what this feels like? This feels like my Archangels deck. Yeah. And that's a discard into free summon, isn't it? This is my this is a Fabicia variation on my Archangels deck. I'm going to be super happy. Lukaku, 1 in 9 chance is not that low, to be honest. You're a mathematician. You know very well that it is. And Karma actually jumps into the freeze summon, which is very surprising, given that it was a very obvious drop there. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Not really sure. There's probably just a misplay there on Karma's side, I think. So, yeah, Dragonlore's turn goes for a Bomb Squad onto the Ana. That's going to be a nice solid answer. Another discard into the free summon, because why the hell not? And a charge on the third action, and Karma forfeits after that misplay into the free summon. Congratulations to Dragonlore. Your Archangels deck beat the reviving Magician Master Field deck. Very nicely played. Well done. Well done. Old school deck, says Virtude. Yeah, old school indeed. Leak, not yesterday, but a couple of days ago. We had battle. It's more likely than getting a combination of 3 charges you want. It's more likely than a lot of things. It's more likely than winning the lottery. That doesn't make it likely. It just makes it more likely than an unlikely thing. Virtude, free summon OP. Yeah, it was real game winner there. King lol. Dragon Lord is best. Yeah, well played to both players there, and congratulations to Aqua Premium. Very nicely done. Archangel's variation. I mean, it's possibly not even deliberate, but still, Archangel's variation. That's not really what I call a silly deck, though. Well, your deck isn't exactly an untested deck, is it? Given that it's existed for about 2 years. So, it's fun. Besides which, it's not actually that viable a deck these days. I still get people trying to use it, and it's a bit shaky. It's a bit shaky. Basically, Swat, you have no one to blame but yourself. You walked right into that free summon. What the hell was that? Come on, buddy. We expect better from you. Look at Samurai Quack's judging eyes. Judging eyes. Anyway, well played to both players there. It was very, very interesting. Nick Stalker versus Sabrosona. So, Elonisama and Nick Stalker. I'm assuming you guys have each other added as friends. Neither one of you is online. Please come online and get to fighting. So, Elonisama versus Nick Stalker. Elonisama versus Nick Stalker. Quack. That's it, yes. Quack to you, my friend. Wait, what is it? It's kind of evening now? Close enough. Konbanwa. Alrighty. Aqua Premium, Arcadean. You got so lucky with Drag to Hell. Yeah, that was so lucky with that Drag to Hell. Hit the Ana, hit the Fabicia. Holy moly, the odds against that are not great. Okay. Quack, quack. Quacku, quacku, my friend. I don't know why he's suddenly talking like a kabuki actor, but I like kabuki, so live with it. Still waiting on Nick Stalker and Sabrosona. Oh, there's Elonisama. Good, good. Just waiting on Nick Stalker now. Nick Stalker. Let's go how to do it. So what? I legit didn't play it at all, actually. Legit didn't play what? Oh, the deck? It's a 2-year-old deck, dude. If you don't know how to pilot a Magician Masterfield Res deck, Jesus. Deck's ancient. I have no creatures for the free summon. Yes, unfortunately for you, your what's her face? Share. What did I say? What's her face? Yeah, unfortunately for you, your Share was already out on the field. Share's the perfect drop into a free summon, but was already on the field. Alrighty. Still, dropping an Orperia into the free summon. Literally any other card would have been better. Even going for another Drag to Hell and hoping that you hit the Share and then could drop her down would have been a better choice than the Orperia. It's fine, you know, I mean, it's a misplay. Everybody makes misplays. Evil Bart made a misplay in the last one with the Bluesy Floozy. I constantly make misplays. Everybody misplays. No big deal. This is going to be a return match from the last tournament. If Nick Stalker ever comes online, which it doesn't look like he is. Saburo, you here? Yes, Elonisama's online, Nix. Been around for a while. Where are you? There's Nix and Elonisama. Good. Okay. Swat is challenging Aqua to face his real deck. Feeling that sting of shame. Wishes to scrub the record clean. Anyway, Nix and Elonisama, when you guys are ready, please jump into a fight. Jump into a fight. Whoop, we got 3 thingies here. Gift from Elonisama, gift from Elonisama, gift from Elonisama. 25 gems. Thank you, Elonisama. You're my favorite now. More gems. Maybe, hopefully, we can get like a Chifaran or a light Undine or something that we won't because block. Alright, here we go. Nick Stalker down at the bottom with 2 mutants and the Fene hero. Elonisama up at the top with 2 mutants and the L hero. A light elephant drop, which is always a nasty thing to have to deal with. Answered with a fiery zealot. So Elonisama is just going to let that go, almost certainly, and drop an aggressive skeleton in the center slot. Nyx can answer that with a holy missile, which we kind of have to assume is about to come out. Yep, there it is. Holy Missile comes out, and that is going to be Nyx Stalker ready to level up. Elonisama lagging a little bit behind there in terms of EXP. Goes for a charge rather than for a level up. Nyx Stalker's Fenne's hero's ability kicks in, loses 1 HP, which is a little bit unfortunate right before the level up, but so it goes. Elonisama will follow suit. The elephant will kill the Fiery Zealot. Fiery Zealot will kill the elephant. So, both players doing well for resources and HP. Let's see how the second round goes. So the Golden Garden Cat comes out, and Nyx Stalker charges on the second action. Elonisama has to answer that Golden Garden Cat, otherwise it's going to start generating light resources at the beginning of Nyx Stalker's turn. So out comes the surprise attack, down goes the Golden Garden Cat. And Elonisama drops a Magician Masked Field, forcing a response from Nyx Stalker. Anna appears on the far left-hand side, so no blocks against potential hunt shenanigans there on the Magician Masked Field, but let's see how it goes. No Holy Missile there for Nyx Stalker. It's in the grave. Out comes the hunt onto the Magician Masked Field. So again, a bit unfortunate Anna wasn't positioned right next to the Magician Masked Field for Elonisama. Nevertheless, so it goes. Anna gets injured by the Goblin Shredder, so that ensures the Goblin Shredder will kill the Anna before the Anna can kill it. Holy Missile comes out. That's going to take care of that Goblin Shredder with the assistant Anna's attack. A charge for Elonisama, which goes into light, which she's got to be quite happy about, helping to balance out the resources. Nyx Stalker doing a little bit better in terms of resources. Going to drop that Dragon's Guardian. That'll kill Anna. If it doesn't kill Anna, then Elonisama, it'll be because Elonisama answered it. Ooh, unfortunate for Nyx Stalker. If Elonisama had answered that with a removal spell, that would have helped him out a lot with the resource generation. As it is, that Mukro El Gesco, Aventur's Blue Spell Circle, that untargeted freeze transformation, that's got to be nasty. Dragon's Guardian comes out in front of the assistant Anna, same reasoning as before. If Dragon's Guardian is removed by spell or melee ability, it will start generating some gold for Nyx Stalker. Out comes the Holy Missile, that is going to kill. But it's not going to generate anything because no nature there to be transferred into gold. And the assistant Anna gets another shot. Elonisama really managing to seize control of the tempo here. A discard into light from Nyx Stalker into a Ratman +1 gold and a Spray Rats +1. Ouch! That is gonna sting for Elonisama. Holy moly. So let's see how she decides she wanted this. And yeah, there's no real good way here, is there? Yeah, I mean, Holy Spear is about the best you can hope for here, and obviously Elonisama has nowhere near enough resources, even if she did have the spell, which she doesn't. A forfeit on Elonisama's side. Well played to Elonisama there. Really thought she had it, but then Nyx Stalker seizing control with that Ratman +1 and light Ratman Spray +1. A very, very unpleasant combo to have to deal with. Okay, Lukaku, Doppelganger Trollman incoming. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Boo, boo, boo. There's Kengi. Rat Boy, Nyx. Yes, Nyx Stalker, your new nickname is Rat Boy. Okay, so that is all of the battles for sub-battles round 2. And we're basically out of time, so that seems like a good one to finish it on. Ouch, that Ratman spray. That's gotta hurt. Right, Senpai, Doppelganger Trauma. Yes, yes, Doppelganger Trauma would have been so juicy sweet at that point, but... Lukaku, my favorite mana card. Yeah, it's a shame that there isn't more use for Doppelganger Trauma, honestly. There's so few cards that generate copies. The Doppelganger Trauma is like... Sub-Persona Nyx, that's illegal in some countries. Yeah. Yeah, somebody needs to call the exterminators in to deal with that. Pretty sure that breaks the Geneva Convention. Alright, before we go, we will try for one more booster pack pull, and we'll see if we can pull a Chief Aran or a light Undine or a Dark Betrayal. Alright, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Don't need any of these. I've been around for a year, and no good stuff. We didn't get any 5 stars. Didn't get any bonus cards. Wah, wah, wah. So we finished as we began. Sad. Sad. Deep inside. Illegal. Illegal. Actually, I was once almost arrested in a Japanese airport, and that's what the guy said to me. You are illegal, do you understand? Illegal. I'm like, oh, you're adorable. He was a lovely guy. I loved that guy. He was fantastic. All right, that was like hope-breaking Nick. I know Nick's just really going, you know, I don't want to just win here. I want to completely crush my opponent's soul. I want to instill in them thoughts of futility. All right, so one last time, I'm going to share the Discord link in the chat. We are discussing a team tournament format. If you would like to get involved in that, in the discussion of that, in the planning of that, if you have suggestions, questions, or you just want to follow along, or you simply want to talk, share your decks, discuss other video games, yada, 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 jump into the Discord. It's a lot of fun, I promise. Honestly, I'm not trying to lure you in there so that I can, you know, extract your blood to make more arc juice. I swear. Would I lie to you? Look at this innocent face. All right, so we'll finish there. Next live stream is going to be on Monday, Mabinogi Duel once again, and hopefully we will be running some team tournament test runs. So the sub battles on Monday will be team tournament test runs. Oh, that's very alliterative. It's exhausting. Hold on. Ah, that's better. Okay. So hopefully I will see everybody in the Discord because, yay, blood. Not really, just kidding, innocent face. But failing that, we'll see you in the Monday live stream, fingers crossed. So until then, have fun, be good, and if you can't be good, well, be careful. See you guys.